Welcome to this edition of Ball State Sports LinkedIn for March 25th, 2010. I'm Peter Carr. Wednesday, the softball team extended their winning streak to 3 games, sweeping the Dayton Flyers 7-2 in the first game and 5-0 to wrap up the doubleheader. Amanda Moontalto led the Cards on the afternoon, combining for 5 RBIs and 2 home runs. Heading from the diamond to the hard court, the women's tennis team returns home for the first time in 3 weeks. The Cards look to snap a 2-match losing streak when they face Mac Foe Bowling Green on Friday at 1 p.m. and on Saturday against Western Michigan, also at 1. The Ball State gymnastics team had their final home meet of the season. Let's head to Worthen Arena where the ladies were ready to tumble. Ball State's 3 regionally ranked gymnasts shined for SportsLink's cameras on Sunday. It was senior day, and Bibiana Rodriguez helped lead the Cardinals with a 9.725 on the bars to tie for second in the event. But the underclassmen, well, they stole the show as freshman Tiffany Broadbeck stuck a career-high 9.9 on her floor routine. Write it down, the routine put her in the BSU record books, tied for 10th. Fellow underclassman Brittany Emmons managed a second-place finish in the vault with a score of 9.775. BSU went on to defeat Eastern Michigan by fractions of a point, 193.45 to 193.425. Good evening, Cardinal fans, and welcome to another edition of Ball State Sports Link. I'm Peter Carr alongside Stephen Albritton.
We have tons in store for you in the next 30 minutes, including an inside look at men's volleyball and how they train in the offseason and how also the field hockey team recruits. But first, the big news on Ball State's campus, the football team, cracking the top 25 rankings for the first time in school history.
It's new territory for the Cardinals after their win over Mac Foe Toledo last Saturday. The Cards continue their remarkable season, rolling to a convincing 31-0 victory. It was Ball State's first shutout since the 2000 season. After a sluggish start, the Cardinals blew out the Rockets in the second half, scoring 28 unanswered points. McQuail Lewis led the offense with 2 touchdowns, and his 157 yards rushing matched the entire offensive output for Toledo. Ball State's swarming defense was especially strong against the run, allowing only 14 yards rushing. The last time the Cardinals started the season 6-0, their most famous alum, David Letterman, was still in high school, the year 1965. The top 25 ranking is the first in the football program's 84-year history. And with its 6th win, BSU becomes bowl eligible for the 2nd year in a row. One playmaker for Ball State is McQuail Lewis. He leads the Cards' rushing attack and already has 12 touchdowns. Later on, we'll find out how the running back was able to come back after suffering a season-ending knee injury a year ago.
And now with more on the subject is Peter Carr.
Well, you guys, it's going to be really exciting. First time in school history, 34 years. Ball State's never been there before. They won that MAC tournament against Bowling Green yesterday afternoon, 55-51. Portia Green, one of those seniors, leading the way in the last couple seconds. Just a great matchup. Ball State actually faces Tennessee, the Volunteers, who are the defending 2-time champions. It's gonna be pretty tough for them. 18 tournament appearances so far. They've made the Sweet 16 every time. And oh yeah, not to mention Pat Summitt, the winningest coach in NCAA basketball history. So the Cardinals have a lot of work cut out for them at Bowling Green, Kentucky this Sunday down at Western. The tip-off is set for 9 p.m.
This is your NewsWatch Sports Update.
Good evening, I'm Peter Carr. Tonight, the Ball State men's basketball team is looking to rebound from a 4-point loss at Eastern Michigan on Saturday. Let's head to Worthen Arena where Matt Houston from SportsLink captured some of the highlights. The Cards face the Miami Redhawks, the first-place team in the MAC East. And Charlie Cardinal, will he be getting a little help from one of his friends? The Pacers' Boomer here conducting the band. The Cards start things off right. Juwan Scaife, the freshman from Muncie Central, finds Pierre Sneed in the corner for the early bucket. Ball State leads 2-0. And the band on the Cards, well, they think we're number 1 at least, and that's how the first half would play out and the whole game. Jared Jones here with the 2-point basket. He led all scorers so far in the game with 19 points. And the men are now in double overtime. Good evening and welcome to NewsWatch Sports. I'm Peter Carr. 2 Cardinals heard their names called in the second day of the NFL draft. This year's draft marks the 4th time 2 or more Cardinals have been drafted. The first Cardinals to go surprised many fans. Now, Robert Brewster's name was called first in the 3rd round with the 75th overall pick by the Dallas Cowboys. He was an anchor on the potent Cardinals offensive line. Brewster protected Nate Davis, another Cardinal who heard his name called later in the day. The quarterback for the Cards, Davis, had a terrific campaign while in Muncie. He leaves the campus as maybe the school's best passer ever, and with the 171st pick, he will join the 49ers next season. Now, a few other players, Cardinals today, got their opportunity to keep playing at least for a little longer. Dan Gerberry was signed as a free agent by the Detroit Lions, and another one of the anchors of the line, Andre Ramsey, signed a free agent deal with the Seattle Seahawks. There are rumors that a few other Ball State players, Darius Hill and Chris Miller, may soon be signed as free agents or receive tryouts with several different teams. I'm joined now by Larry Bigby. Larry, thanks for being on our show.
Hey, no problem.
And what does it mean to you to be inducted into Ball State's Hall of Fame?
Well, I mean, it's Ball State was a lot of good memories at this school. To come in here and be a part of the Ball State baseball program, and now to enter something like this amongst some of the greats that have been in here. I think.
So you had 3 really impressive years here at Ball State. How did that help you to transition into the major leagues?
I think just the fact that with Coach Maloney, he was such a good mentor. On and off the field, just kind of taught you how to grow up, how to be your own person, and he didn't care so much about his legacy. He taught you to have success at the next level.
And the football team started practice Wednesday afternoon, and one story this spring will be how head coach Stan Parrish will handle the 3 running backs next season. For more on football, tune into SportsLink's preview show on WIPB April 17th. That does it for this edition of LinkedIn, and once again we'd like to thank our friends at First Merchants Bank. You can visit them at firstmerchants.com. I'm Peter Carr, and now you're LinkedIn.